he didn't want to talk because he thought he was being taped by the Americans.
Is there a moment that you can think back to when you realized this is over, I've got to get out of here? Is there a particular image in your mind of when that decision was made?
Yes, when, for example, Mr. Sanjabi, leader of the National Front, telephoned me, said, I'm going to France to see Mr. Khomeini and ask him to accept the constitution. So he went and asked me to get in touch with him through one of his contacts in Paris, Mr. Salamatian. But when I telephoned, he said, no, I've agreed with Ayatollah Khomeini that we should have an Islamic government and Islam is democracy and things like that. So I realized that the whole thing was lost, because the Tudeh party also issued a statement supporting the change of constitution and all power to Khomeini. Their newspaper wrote an editorial saying that we have seen Khomeini's picture in the moon and things like that. So there was, the Shah had left the country. There was no the other side. If you like, our side certainly didn't exist.
Yeah.
Because we thought our side is the side of the constitution.
Were you in touch with the Shah at all?
No, at that time, no, because he was in Cairo. Later, I saw him in exile, but at that time he was in Egypt in these crucial moments. But before he left, of course, I saw him many times. In the last 2 months, because most of the grandees of the regime had left the country. There was nobody to see the Shah, so his protocol chief, Mr. Amir Afshar, would telephone and say, would you like to come and see His Majesty? So in these 2 months, I saw the Shah more than I had seen him in the 10 years previously.
And how would you describe how he was?
Well, he was very sad. He had lost a lot of weight. He had lots of medicine brought to him. I didn't know what they were, pills of different colors. And he was really like a broken-hearted man, who has been betrayed by the person he loved or by his sweetheart who has betrayed him. And they ask, why do they this to me? And it was really a tragic. I had never seen him so downcast.
Oh, and then when was the last time you saw him? You said you saw him in exile somewhere?
Yes, in New York hospital, and there, he didn't want to talk because he thought he was being taped by the Americans. So, he said, let's write things down, So I had a piece of paper, but it was not really a substantial conversation because it was impossible.
Wow.